Are you constantly wondering if you're spending too much or not enough on Google Ads? Most brands either guess their budget or just go with what feels safe. And guess what? That's exactly why their campaigns underperform. I've personally generated over 100 million in revenue across brands like True Classic, Kendra Scott, Fruit of the Loom, and Plunge. And here's the thing, setting the right budget isn't about throwing more money at ads. It's about finding that perfect balance where every dollar works harder for you. In this video, I'm going to break down how to find and set the perfect ad budget for your business, whether you're just getting started or scaling up. So let's get into it. So here's a step-by-step framework with white labeled insights. We got 5 steps in total. Step 1, define your revenue goals. Setting an ad budget without clear revenue goals is like driving without a destination. Few things we're gonna do. Start with your monthly sales target. Very simple question. What revenue do you wanna hit? Rule of thumb, allocate 10 to 20% of your revenue goal to Google Ads. Here's an example. If you're aiming for 100K monthly sales, your ad budget should be 10 to 20K. For new brands, budget $100 a day minimum to gather meaningful data. I mean, you can, and I have seen people start off with lower budgets, 20 to 50. Depends how long you wanna play the game. At the end of the day, we're trying to mine and gather data. I've seen accounts work really well at 100 a day and then scale up to, tens of thousands of dollars a day. Scaling brands, align spend with profitability. The more profit, more room we have to scale. So here's an example from us. We worked with a brand aiming for 50K a month, but they were only spending 2K on ads. After aligning their budget, just using the rule of thumb, but we actually set very clear goals based off of benchmarks we have, they were able to hit a 3.5x return on ad spend within 60 days. Step 2, know your key metrics. Understanding your numbers ensures every dollar works that much harder. 3 metrics every e-commerce brand must track: AOV, CVR, ROAS. So let's hop back to the first one. Average order value, or AOV. What's the average spend per transaction? So this is a pretty lever that you could use all throughout, the journey of running an e-commerce brand. So here you could influence AOV with upsells, cross-sells, maybe offer some complimentary products during checkout, right? This pairs well with free shipping threshold. So you could set it just above your AOV. So like if you have an $80 product or your AOV is $80, offer free shipping at 100, right? Or 95, just to incentivize them to add one more thing to the cart. Bundle deals, create product bundles at a slightly discounted rate. Post-purchase offers, one-click upsells after checkout. I got a really cool tool for that. And then last but not least, this is a very fast one that you can do, increase the price. You'll see AOV go up. A lot of brands are scared to do this, but consumers see prices going up day by day. It's okay. The data's there. You'll likely see the same thing with your AOV. CVR, conversion rate. So how many visitors actually buy my product? So there's a few things that we could influence CVR with our site speed, right? A 1-second delay can drop conversions by almost 7%. I can't tell you how important your mobile site speed experience, like how important that is. Clear product pages. You want to use high quality images, reviews, and simple descriptions. Exit intent pop-ups. Offer a discount if someone's trying to leave. Cart abandonment emails. Send reminders within an hour of drop-off. There's a lot of things you could do to influence how people buy when they get to your site. Maybe even landing pages. It baffles me how many people actually don't utilize landing pages. Number 3, return on ad spend. ROAS, whatever you want to call it. Revenue generated per ad dollar spent. A few things you could do to influence your return on ad spend. Focus on top performers. What you'll do is shift budget towards products and campaigns that have the highest return on ad spend, but you do want to ensure that they are able to spend and they are actually generating a lot of revenue. A lot of the time I'll see brands with high SKU counts focus on too many products and they're not focusing on, the 20%. Think of the Pareto principle, 80, 20. 20% is going to generate the majority of the revenue. We see it time and time again. Exclude low intent traffic, adding negative keywords, excluding placements. These are all things that you could do to help eliminate wasted spend. There's a laundry list of them and I'll share that down the road. Retarget warm audiences. Cool thing about Performance Max campaigns and shopping campaigns, you could really target high intent users with these two campaign types in Google Ads. So now that we know our top 3 metrics, what we want to be able to calculate next is our target CPA. So our target CPA is going to be average order value times profit margin. So let's say 30%, bracket that, times conversion rate. So an example from my team, we had a client with a $100 AOV, 30% margin and 3% conversion rate. We set their CPA around $25, right? That's the target. If you're paying more than your target CPA, you just found out that you have a budget leak, right? So a pro tip, use a Performance Max or shopping campaign to drive more high AOV sales in a Google Ads environment. Step 3, allocate budget according to the funnel. Your budget should follow the buyer's journey. So everybody's seen the AIDA, tofu, mofu, bofu, whatever you want to call it, right? What we'll do for the sake of this, it sounds cooler, is tofu, mofu, bofu. The top of the funnel, right? Tofu. This is the awareness. This is how you get in front of new customers. This is going to be your prospecting, right? What you want to do is ensure that you're eliminating people from top of funnel that have engaged or interacted with your brand or purchased with your brand in the past, right? That's true prospecting. So the goal of this campaign type is to drive new customers. And the way you'll do that is via YouTube, demand gen, discovery. You can even do it through a non-branded shopping campaign. An example, with us, we were able to increase a brand's top of funnel budget by 40% using YouTube Shorts. And what we ended up finding was that we were able to boost traffic by about 60%. And this allowed us to also keep our CPCs around $1. CPMs are really, really low on YouTube, and it's a great environment to build awareness. MOFU, middle of funnel. So this is the consideration phase. So right here, people are intending. This is where the primary goal is going to be to retarget high intent shoppers. And you're going to want to do that through, your search and through, maybe even your PMAX campaigns. So here you're going to want to have 25 to 30% of your budget. Number 3, BOFU. This is bottom of funnel. So this is going to be your conversion stage. And here's where you're going to want to have 20 to 30% of the budget, most likely. So here, the primary goal, capture ready to buy customers. And here you could also do that through your shopping and Performance Max campaigns. You're gonna hear Performance Max a lot moving forward. Step 4, set budgets daily by campaign types. At White Labeled, we recommend structuring, daily spend based off of high intent, ready to buy traffic, product specific sales, multi-channel funnel, brand awareness and retargeting. Like I mentioned before, you have tofu, mofu, and bofu. Typically, we'll look to activate search campaigns. Here, we're gonna have at least 30% of the budget. This can be a mix between your brand campaigns and then your non-branded campaigns. Next, we're gonna have 20 to 30% of your budget in shopping campaigns. So here is gonna be product specific sales. You wanna make sure you're optimizing those shopping campaigns using an intermediary or a supplemental feed, because more often than not, I've seen so many titles that are not optimized pulling in product names just like you named it on Shopify. An example could be a pair of glasses called Max. Who's searching Max to find a pair of glasses? No one. Display in YouTube. Here is where you're gonna start pushing maybe 10 to 20%, and this is gonna be more for brand awareness and retargeting. And then 30 to 40% of your budget is gonna go into your Performance Max campaign, because this is a multi-channel funnel. PMax, even though it's a black box, we could hop into, a script that a legend, Mike Rhodes, created. It really helped out the PPC community, allows us to actually see what's going on in the Performance Max campaign type, right? In terms of budget distribution, where we're starting to see conversion value or revenue come from, what stage of the funnel, right? What product within Google. Pro tip, always leave a 20 to 25% buffer, potentially, for testing new audiences, keywords, or creatives. One thing that we were able to do, on our end through budget allocation was helping a fashion brand reallocate about $300 a day from broad search into PMax. Result, we actually saw a 40% higher return on ad spend within weeks. Step 5, scale smart, not fast. Scaling is about control, not speed. Recommendation here, increase budget gradually. So once you're hitting your target ROAS, return on ad spend, raise your budget by 10 to 20% per week. Avoid scaling too fast because you might freak out or confuse the algorithm. Doubling your budget overnight confuses the algorithm and will likely spike costs. An example on our end, we were actually able to help a brand go from 5K a month to over 150 a month in ad spend by increasing weekly, right? Not all at once. That's how you grow without burning cash. Pro tip, monitor return on ad spend daily and adjust budgets based on product performance. And here are some key takeaways for e-commerce brands. So to wrap this up, set clear goals. Spend 10 to 20% of monthly sales target on Google Ads. Track the right metrics. Like we said, AOV, return on ad spend, and conversion rate will really help drive budget decisions and allow you to define what your target CPA is. Budget by funnel. So make sure you're doing the proper allocation with top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom funnel. On Tofu, 40 to 50% of spend. Mofu, 25 to 30% of spend, and then 20 to 30% of spend on Bofu. 4, structure daily budgets. Make sure you're focusing spend on search, shopping, and PMax. Don't only rely on PMax. Recently, last summer, Google actually announced that PMax and standard shopping isn't going to be cannibalizing itself, right? Yes, you could have a feed-only Performance Max campaign, but I recommend breaking it out just so you could ensure where you are putting your money. Having focused spend on specific products in the Google ecosystem allow you to actually be able to budget by funnel. And then lastly, scale gradually. Raise budgets 10 to 20% per week when profitable. Focus on profitability, then scale. Even if you follow everything I just explained, there's no guarantee you'll hit your goals. Why? Because every business is different, and Google Ads isn't set it and forget it. It's constantly evolving. If you want personalized guidance to make sure your ad budget is actually working for you, book a free discovery call with me. We'll dive into your account, spot the gaps, and build a strategy tailored to your goals. Setting the right ad budget isn't about spending more. It's about spending smarter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.